I just did a video a couple of hours ago around 7 o'clock this morning, and right now it's 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. And I promise you, tomorrow I'm getting ready to put the pedal to the metal. Come what may, I'm putting the pedal to the metal. I'm feeling like sometimes we have to force our energies to change, regardless of fear, intimidation, money. We the only ones, no partners, no, like nobody on the passenger side. Either way it go, refuse to be stuck in energies. Refuse to be stuck in energies when you know in your spirit it's calling you to make that change. But we're human, we feel it. And as the last video I just did a couple of hours ago, we are never alone. We have a host of angels surrounding us. But what this video is about is, you know, I have many babies that I want to, these are my babies I raised and I nurtured and took care of. But one thing that brought me back outside, and as a couple of videos ago, I'm still walking bare feet. I had to come out bare feet because right now I know I'm in the spirit of being solid and grounded and in tune with what my spirit is doing. So I'm connecting to the oneness within. But what this video is about, what God brought me outside, I really want this plant. I really, I nurtured it from a baby. I nurtured it from a baby. I collect rainwater and all. I nurture my babies. This is the mama. This the mama. I've had her like 3 years. And this is a pine tree. And this the reason I'm outside, because God brought to my spirit a tree planted by the waters is not easily removed. And frankly, that tree right now in my spirit is a pine tree. I don't know the backgrounds of what makes a pine tree more acceptable and more connected to us. But all I know is my last son, and I have 6 boys and 1 daughter. She's the oldest. And each of my children have been a cycle. Their names God has given me to infiltrate the cycles of my life during that time. The first 2 children, I didn't know, I wasn't in awareness, even though I was still walking in that inside doing what it does on the outside, but I had no knowledge of what was going on. Those were the first 2 children, 82 and 83. 1982 and 1983. I had no awareness of my connectivity to the oneness within me. But by the time the third child, his name, God gave me each child, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th child. He gave each of their names to me. I don't care if people call me crazy or not, but God gave me each child's name, and each of those children's name was like the Bible chapters and scriptures unfolding through the names of each of my children's names. This last child's name is Brooke Orrin Lightburn. Brooke Orrin is a pine tree planted by the waters, whose roots are not easily removed. I don't know what scripture of the Bible it is, but it's like my last child gave me what one of my other boys' name is, Kenan, Canaan land. God and to let you know, okay, let's see. Third child, because the first two, I wasn't aware of my oneness with God. But by the time my third child came, God stepped in on the scene and made us our oneness, brought our oneness, the awareness of, so I could work along with the oneness within me. I always felt something in me, but by the time my third child, the working together, the communicating and back and forth, pushing and pulling and tug of wars, you know, we got along real well. If and buts about it, we went there. But the third child is called Amaris. That name means whom God has promised. And these are Hebrew names, whom God has promised. The next child is called, I think it's Mortimer. And that is everlasting life, whom God has promised everlasting life. The fifth child is called Canaan land, whom God has promised everlasting life in the Canaan land, the promised land. The name is Canaan. The sixth child is Jairus, whom God has promised everlasting life in the Canaan land with spiritual awakening. Jairus, that name is meaning spiritual awakening. We're awakening to our oneness. And that seventh child is Brooke Orrin Lightburn, whom God hath promised everlasting life in the promised land, the Canaan land, with the spiritual awakening, with the oneness of the Godness within us. We are God. We are one with God. We are awakened to the God in us, and we are God's. And then the last seventh child name is Brooke Orrin. That's a tree planted by the waters, whose roots are not easily moved. You can't move these deep roots. These roots are planted solid and deep, and no storm, no strong winds, no baby. We've been there, done that. These roots are planted solid and deep. But I can't take Mama Pine Tree with me. I'm going to leave her because I planted her in the grounds. I'm not going to uproot her. I'm going to leave her to blossom and pray the blessing of God be in this place. Because right now I am about to shake the dust off my feet and put the pedal to the metal. I love and I respect and live and let live, but I gotta go. Right now, these grounds are no more for me. but I'm leaving a blessing be upon blessings. So I want to take my babies with me. But God said a pine tree, brook orange, Lightburn, planted by the waters, is not easily removed. So the mama over there, she is now, I'm taking her babies with me. I'm taking her children with me. And she had 6, look at this. She had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 6, but I don't know where the other one's at. But I'm taking the 5. And remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 2, I had no knowledge. I was not in awareness. But these 5, let me turn this back down. These 5 pine trees, oh, they are coming with me. They are coming with me, and they will be planted. Instead of being in grounds where they're not able to do what they do, oh, they will be transplanted. They will be. 5. The first 2 kids, I had no knowledge. I wasn't awakened, but I knew there was something within me that was different from everybody else. But now in our awakeness, God, even through everything is as above, so below, even down to your children's names. God is in oneness with us. Participate with the spirit within you, and God literally will be showing you what's going on up above to represent what's going on below. Whom God hath promised everlasting life in Canaan land, as a tree planted by the waters that is not easily removed, and spiritually awakened to the oneness of God within us. Child, 3 through 7, the last 5, and even spiritual Christianity, the 5-fold, the fullness of the Godhead, the fullness of the ministry of God, 5-fold ministry, all of the gifts of the Most High God. Everything can be explained below what's going on above, but learning how to read and interpret our immediate surroundings. But I think I'm going to take the palm tree, because the palm tree to me represents peace and freedom and just authenticity, living who we are, you know. So, but I know I will be taking my pine tree planted by the waters, whose roots are not easily removed. And that is a scripture in our Bible, in the Bible, that will explain, you know, the cycles of our lives. Oh, well, it is what it is. Counting down. Have a blessed day.